Hi everyone, welcome to Working Out with Rufaro. In this video, we're going to go through 8 fully funded scholarships available for international students in 2023 and 2024. As an international student, paying for college can be a daunting task, but don't worry, there are many fully funded scholarships available to help cover the cost of tuition, accommodation, and other expenses. I was once an international student, so I know how difficult it can be to find information that can help you to better understand the options that are available to you. I am in no way a scholarship consultant. I'm just sharing information that I believe could be helpful to you and save you a lot of time as you do your own research. Before getting started, always make sure that you do your own thorough research and understand the application requirements for each scholarship so that you can increase your chances of being awarded one. By the way, if you like these type of videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on anything new. Also give this video a big fat thumbs up because you know what? The YouTube algorithm likes that type of stuff and it also helps us to grow this channel. Let's try to get this video to at least 1,000 likes so that I know that you guys actually found it useful, and it'll also motivate me to make more scholarship videos. So the first scholarship that we're going to go through are the Turkish government scholarships. These scholarships are offered to outstanding international students from all over the world to study at the most prestigious universities in Turkey. Most programs in Turkish universities are instructed in Turkish. However, some departments and universities offer programs in English or other languages. So these scholarships are available for bachelor's, master's, PhD degrees, and research programs. So the general application period for the Turkish government scholarship is from the 10th of January to the 20th of February. Then they'll start the evaluation process in March, and then it will also end in May. They'll have their own interview process that is going to be between June and July. Then they'll announce the results of those that have actually been awarded the scholarships in early August. For their success scholarship, the application period is between October and November, and then they have the evaluation process and announcement of results in the month of November. As I mentioned before, the Turkish government scholarships also accommodate for research-based programs, and this is what the application calendar looks like. As you can see, they're split into 4 application periods. The first application process will going to start between January and March. The second period is between April and June. The third application period is between July and September, and then the fourth application period is between October and December. If you want to be notified when the Turkish government scholarship applications start, you have to visit their official website and click here to subscribe for the notifications. Like always, I have put the links for all the different scholarships in the video description box right here. So some of the perks that are associated with these Turkish government scholarships are that they are fully funded in terms of tuition fees, and at the same time, the government actually places you at different universities that are within Turkey. You also get a monthly stipend. Medical aid is covered, which is your medical insurance. They also cover accommodation, travel, and any other social cultural activities that are happening within the country. And at the same time, they also include a 1-year Turkish course where you're learning about the language, and also at the same time, you're learning about the different social and cultural activities that happen within the country. So as I mentioned before, the opening date is on the 10th of January, and then the deadline is on the 20th of February 2023. So the basic requirements for the Turkish government scholarship are that you have to be a non-Turkish resident, and all international students from all over the world are welcome to apply. So for a bachelor's degree, you need to be below the age of 21. For a master's degree, you need to be below the age of 30. For a PhD, you need to be below the age of 35 years. And for research-based programs, you need to be below the age of 45. So in terms of academic requirements, you need to have between 70 and 75% good academic record. And for health sciences, you need to have at least a good academic record of an average of 90%. And to qualify, you also need to be graduating before August 2023. And you also need to take English tests. And that is if you do not want to take their free Turkish language course. But I think if you're going to be living in a country and you're going to be doing so for some time, it would really be helpful to actually learn the language, and it can help you as you also travel the world as you gain an additional skill. Next, scholarships from the University of Padova in Italy. They have different scholarships, but the one that has more opportunities is the Padova International Excellence Scholarship. This scholarship is offered to international students from all over the world. The Padova International Excellence Scholarship covers bachelor's and master's degrees. The opening date has not yet been advised, but as you can see here, all they've just mentioned is that it's going to be in early 2023. And then they have their deadline, which they also haven't also announced. So it'll be good to continuously check the website just to make sure that you do not miss the opening date and the deadline as well. So the perks include fully funded tuition fees, and all the programs are taught in English. What's not covered is your monthly living allowance, medical aid, accommodation, travel, and the admission fees. So this is something that you need to take note of. So the basic requirements for the Padova International Excellence Scholarship include that you must be a non-Italian resident or citizen, and all international students from all countries are welcome to apply, and you must meet the basic admissions criteria for your chosen degree. There is no separate application process or any additional specific documents that have to be submitted. So this means that when you're applying for your degree, that is also when you apply for your scholarship. And you can apply to up to 3 degree programs, which gives you many options so that you can always keep those options open. The University of Oulu is one of the largest universities in Finland. They have English taught courses which you can apply for. There is no separate application system for their international scholarship. So that at the same time, when you apply for your international degree, that is when you also apply for your scholarship. And when you get the results for your degree application, that is when you also get the results for your scholarship application. So the University of Oulu International Scholarships cover bachelor's and master's degrees, and the opening date is on the 4th of January and the deadline is on the 18th of January. This is the tightest deadline I've ever seen, but oh well, we do what we got to do, right? And the perks include fully funded tuition fees, and the programs are also taught in English. What's not covered are your monthly allowances, your medical insurance, accommodation, travel, and admission fee. The basic requirements for the University of Oulu International Scholarships include that you have to be a citizen of a non-EU or EEA country. You need to meet the basic admissions criteria for your chosen degree. There's, like I mentioned before, there's no separate application system for the international scholarships. So just like most scholarship situations, after each academic year, the university will obviously monitor your progress in terms of your studies, whether you're doing well or not. And then if you're not doing well, you might actually lose your scholarship. And the University of Oulu explicitly mentions that. So having good academic grades is not negotiable, and that's something that you need to take note of. The next scholarships are the Manaki New Zealand scholarships. These scholarships are open to international students from a list of selected countries, which you can find on their website. If your country is not on this list, you will not be able to apply for this academic scholarship. So you can confirm if your country is there by using this link right here. And as you can see, there's a list of all the different regions, and you just need to scroll through each region to find out if your country is there. So if you qualify to apply for this scholarship, you only be able to start your application process based on the opening date for each country or your country where you're coming from. So the Manaki New Zealand scholarships cover master's and postgraduate degree programs, and you'll be able to attend various universities in New Zealand. The opening date is in February, and they're yet to advise on the deadlines. So the perks for these Manaki New Zealand scholarships are that they are fully funded in terms of tuition. You'll be given a living allowance, an establishment allowance. I like this, an establishment allowance, because it's not just about living there, right? So when you get there, you also have your own costs trying to adjust. Whatever it is, they'll also cover that as well. And then medical insurance, your tutoring costs, they're also covered. They also cover travel costs. In my opinion, this is actually the most comprehensive scholarship package that I've seen. And if you are lucky to get this one, I think you'll be home and dry. Most of your worries will be covered. And then they also give you a reintegration allowance when you return to your home country. I mean, what more could you want? When you go back home and it's been a long time, they'll also give you a reintegration allowance. They'll also reimburse some of the student visa application costs, such as your medical costs, particularly when you're also applying for your visa. They'll also cover whatever transport or travel expenses that you incurred, and it will also be helpful in my opinion. And they also cover for your IELTS test only for shortlisted applicants from selected countries, which I think is really awesome. So the basic requirements for the Manaki New Zealand scholarships are that you have to be a citizen from the countries on the eligibility list, which I shared with you before, and you need to complete the eligibility questionnaire before you can apply for the scholarship, and you need to be between the ages of 18 and 40 when you start your scholarship. And the English language requirements are that you need to have either your IELTS, your TOEFL, your PTE, academic or Cambridge academic English advanced results. The next scholarship we're going to take a look at is from York University in Canada. York is ranked amongst the top 20 universities in Canada, with more than 25% of their students being from foreign countries. York has a list of scholarships which you have to apply for, and some which you are automatically considered if you're an international student. For this particular scholarship, all countries are eligible to apply, so you do not have to worry if you can apply for this one or not. So the York University scholarships cover undergraduate degree programs only, and the opening date was on the 1st of December 2022, and the deadline is on the 3rd of February of this year. The perks include fully funded tuition fees and job opportunities to work at the university. What's not covered are your monthly living allowance, your medical aid and insurance, your accommodation, and your travel. So that is something that you need to take into consideration. And the basic requirements for the York University Scholarship is that all international students from all over the world can apply, which I've mentioned before. You need to complete and submit the International Student Scholarship and Award Application Form, which you can find on their website. And you need to apply to an undergraduate degree program at York, and that program should be the one that's beginning in fall of 2023. You need to have a minimum A average academic record, and obviously you need to meet the basic admissions criteria for your chosen degree. Number 6 on our list is the Swedish Institute Scholarship for Global Professionals, also called the SI Scholarship for Global Professionals. And this one aims to develop future global leaders that will contribute to the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and to sustainable development in your own home country. So for this particular year in 2023, the Swedish Institute will grant about 350 scholarships for master's degrees in Sweden. To qualify for the scholarship, you must be a citizen of one of their 41 eligible countries. You can find the list right here on their website. And as usual, I have also put the link in the video description box. So the Swedish Institute Scholarship actually allows you to be able to attend various universities in Sweden. And as I mentioned before, it's only for master's degree programs. The opening date is in February 2023, and they also haven't specified when their deadline will be. So the perks include fully funded tuition fees. They also cover your living expenses, and they also cover your medical aid and your travel expenses. What I also like is that you also be able to become a member of the Swedish Institute Network for Future Global Professionals. Sounds fancy, whatever that is about. And I think that will also help you to build your career within sustainable development. What's not covered is the university application fee, so you definitely need to make plan with regards to that. And the basic requirements for the Swedish Institute Scholarship are that, as I mentioned before, you need to be a citizen of one of their 41 eligible countries, and you need to have documented proof of work and leadership experience. So this is for people that are already working, and you need to have minimum of 3,000 hours of demonstrated work experience from a maximum of 3 organizations or companies. And then obviously you need to meet the basic requirements for the chosen degree that you want. And then you have to be admitted to one of their master's programs by the 30th of March, 2023. Next on our list is the Stipend Hungaricum. These are fully funded international scholarships that are being offered by the government of Hungary. Stipendium Hungaricum is one of the best scholarship programs in Europe and is available for master's, bachelor's, non-degree and PhD programs. The scholarships in Hungary are offered for English taught programs at 31 Hungarian higher education institutions. So the opening date for these scholarships was actually on the 15th of November 2022, and the deadline is fast approaching on the 16th of January 2023. The perks include fully funded tuition fees, your monthly allowance, and your medical insurance. But what's not covered is your travel. So definitely you need to take that into consideration. The basic requirement for these Hungarian scholarships is that you need to be international students from the list of selected countries, and you also need to be nominated by your country. So it would be best to visit your embassies to find out the best way to be able to do this. And then you need to upload your documents in the Stipendium Hungaricum online application system that they have on their website. And you need to complete their mandatory medical certificate from the website as well. And if you're going to be a full-time undergraduate or postgraduate student, you will be required to study their Hungarian language for 2 semesters, which is like a year. And in my opinion, like I mentioned before with the Turkish scholarship, if you're going to be living in a foreign country, you might as well gain additional skills, and languages are always a nice to have, and they can actually boost your career path. So last on our list, which is number 8, is the Farley Dickinson University Scholarship for International Students. Farley Dickinson is in the United States. This scholarship allows you to apply for an undergraduate level program in any of their 26 fields, which range from nursing, engineering, business, global affairs, to even creative writing. There is no separate application process, so you'll have to apply for the scholarship when you apply for the program that you want to study. The opening date was on the 7th of December 2022, and the deadline is fast approaching in July 2023. But I would recommend that you start applying now, just to make sure that for the degree program that you want or the chosen course that you want, there aren't any separate deadlines. And then the perks for this scholarship include fully funded tuition fees, your monthly stipend, your medical insurance, your health care. But what's not covered is the travel insurance or the travel costs. The basic requirements for the Farley Dickinson University Scholarship are that all international students can apply to this one. You would need to be proficient in English, and they haven't specified which English test they prefer. This is something that you'd have to ask them and just send them an email if possible. And then you also obviously need to meet their basic requirements for the degree that you want to study, and you may be required to have a one-on-one interview, and they don't specify whether this is online or in person, but I guess this is part of their process, just to make sure that they're giving the scholarship to someone who actually deserves it. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope that you found it to be super helpful and informative. Just a quick rundown of the 8 fully funded scholarships that are available for international students in 2023 and 2024. These are the Turkish government scholarships from Turkey, the Padova University scholarships from Italy, the University of Oulu scholarships from Finland, the Monarchy New Zealand scholarships from New Zealand, the York University International Scholarship from Canada, the Swedish Institute scholarships from Sweden, the Stipend Hungaricum scholarships from Hungary, and the Farley Dickinson University scholarships from the USA. I wish you guys all the best in your applications. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to share it with anyone who you believe might actually benefit from this one. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.